Should I take the COVID-19 vaccine?
Hello, my friends. This is 𝗦𝗛𝗢𝗓𝗓, the 𝗏𝗏 coming at you. Hope everyone is doing well. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome to the channel and thank you so much for joining me today. Today's episode is a little bit different in that I will be making a public service announcement to answer the age-old question, should I take the coronavirus vaccine? Before I get started, I would love everyone's support. Support, you may say. Well, how can I support the channel, 𝗏𝗏? Well, you can support the channel this way, by liking the video, by sharing the video, by commenting on the video, by subscribing to the channel and ringing the notification bell. That way, every time I do a video, you will be notified. All these things are critical to the success of this channel growing. So for those of you who are new to the channel, show our brother some love. Now, let's begin.
Okay, mister, that's fine for you, but what am I getting out of the deal?
And why should you consider subscribing to the channel? Well, if you're interested in receiving positive, inspiring, entertaining messages, then this is the channel for you. New episodes air every Sunday and Wednesday.
Today, I will take you through my decision-making process and journey regarding the coronavirus vaccine. Let's start with a question and answer session, shall we?
Good Christ told Moses, man! What's wrong with you? Why would you take that vaccine, mister? You don't even know the long-term effects it will have on the body. Don't do it, mister. It may kill you faster than a dead man.
It is true, the Pfizer and the Moderna vaccines have been approved by the FDA. But the problem is, we don't know the long-term effects of either one of these vaccines. But one thing that I do know, and that is simply this: the coronavirus is a pandemic and it is a contract serial social killer. You know, I took three things into consideration when determining if I should take the coronavirus vaccine. The coronavirus is an equal opportunity killer, but with a twist. And you know, if you look like me, in other words, if you're black or a person of color, it seems to impact us at a higher rate than everyone else. Not really sure why that is, but the results have been deadly. If you don't believe me, just watch the news. The coronavirus impacts our older population at a much higher rate, particularly if they have underlying health issues. Now, in my case, I consider myself a junior senior citizen, and fortunately for me, I don't have any underlying health issues. Another point of consideration is that I am an essential worker, which means that my exposure to this virus is greater than the average person. Now, with that being said, I make sure that I always wear my face mask, that I'm always doing the social distancing thing, and that I'm always washing my hands. So much so that my hands have become ashy. But the question then becomes, do I roll the dice and risk catching the virus without taking the vaccine, or do I take the vaccine and worry about the long-term effects later? It's a question that we all have to ask of ourselves. As with any decision, I prayed to God and asked that He would give me guidance on this decision, and He gave me peace to proceed with the shot. You know, there's scripture that says that we should love our brothers as we love ourselves. And I believe by taking this vaccine, it is an extension of love. By taking the vaccine, I'm showing that I love myself, and I'm also showing that I love my brother enough to take the vaccine so that I don't give them the virus if I were to acquire it.
Excuse me, note to self guy. My name is Dr. 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏, and I was wondering, which vaccine did you take? And what side effects did you experience, sir? The side effects sometimes vary.
I took the Moderna vaccine simply because it was the one that was available and it was widely known. As far as the side effects, well... You know, since I took that vaccine, I haven't been able to do anything with my hair. Listen, all jokes aside, truthfully, I really didn't experience any side effects except for one, and that was I had a bit of a sore arm. It kind of felt like someone had taken their fist and popped me in the arm, and it was sore for about 2 or 3 days. But other than that, nada, zilch. Everything was fine.
Not the tough guy, poor baby. Did the shot hurt? Do you need me to nurse you back to health?
That's okay. But other than that, everything was fine. And no, the shot really didn't hurt. It was okay.
Hey, note to self guy, this is Carmine. How long did the process take?
From start to finish, it took about 45 minutes. In fact, I made a short video of my experience. Take a look.
It's the big day. It's January 11th, 2021, the day of the coronavirus vaccination. It's early. My appointment was at 7 a.m. To be honest, I really didn't know what to expect. There were probably 10 cars ahead of me, but the line was moving at a steady pace. The vaccination consisted of a 4-phase process. The first tent was registration. You know, the usual. Name, rank, and serial number, please. They wanted to make sure that you were who you say you were. Okay, done with registration. Now off to the second tent. The second tent was for health screening. They asked basic health questions. You know, things like, are you allergic to anything? What allergies do you have? Have you ever had the COVID virus before? Etc. Nothing too major or intrusive. Done. Okay, time to go to tent number 3. Now, tent number 3 is where the magic happens. You guessed it. This is where you get the shot. I have to admit, everyone at this point had been very friendly and helpful. They really made me feel at ease with the situation. Great job, guys. I really appreciate it. Now, to be honest, I hate needles. I tend to yell like a 12-year-old schoolgirl when I am stuck. Actually, that statement is offensive to a 12-year-old schoolgirl. Why? Because they handle shots better than I do. But to my surprise, it really didn't hurt. It was over in only a couple of seconds. Now that was a big relief. Now I was expecting to receive a lollipop, but they didn't give me one. Oh well. Overall, I have to say, not a bad experience. After receiving the vaccination, I had to wait in the waiting area, which basically consisted of a parking lot. I had to wait there for 15 minutes as they wanted to make sure that I did not have a allergic reaction to the vaccine.
Currently, the coronavirus vaccines are voluntary. And when they're made available to you, I would encourage everyone to take the vaccine. Now, there may come a time due to the health crisis that the government may come to us and say, we're going to make these vaccines mandatory. And at that point, I think it's okay for us to take the vaccines at that point, certainly, because as long as the government is not asking us to do something that violates God's law, then I think we're obligated to adhere to it. I take my second and final Moderna shot in about 3 weeks. I'll make another video then with an update. Until then, you guys take care of yourselves and God bless you all.